Welcome. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at this EnGenious ECW130 cloud-managed Wi-Fi access point. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon. And if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let me get this open. So I actually have two of these, and I'll be hooking both of them up and demonstrating them. So these are a Wi-Fi 5 access point. So an application for this might be if you have a Wi-Fi 6 access point for a busy common area where you have lots of traffic and you want that latest technology, but then you have other areas where you don't need that, you could use this type of an access point. This could also be used if you're just getting into enterprise level equipment. I think an application that will work great for this is, say you had a hotel and you have a maintenance room or something. You're not going to have a bunch of patrons in there using the internet, but you might have a maintenance person doing maintenance on some equipment. They may need to Google something or send a picture to someone. So those types of areas, it can be great to have coverage. So pull this out. So I'll turn it over here. I put some tape over the serial number, but here we have DC in, we have LAN 1 PoE in, and LAN 2, and a reset button. Here we have indicator lights for power, network 1, network 2, 2.4, and 5 gigahertz. Let's go down here. Here we have mounting plates for T-Track. So this is for two different sizes. You can also screw this to a surface, so you can surface mount these. And then this will slide in here, like so. And it will click in. Then you can press up on this to slide it back. And I think that's everything in here. Yep. So I'm going to unbox the other one and then I'll get this plugged in. So there are a couple different ways to connect these up. The preferred way would be to have a power over Ethernet or a PoE switch and run a long Ethernet cable. And now this is going to be obvious to some people, but there might be people watching this that haven't set up a system like this yet. So in that case, you have your network cable is running your power and your network. So you can have really long runs here and you don't have to run individual power to these access points. Now you can power these off a power jack, but if you have PoE, you only have to plug in a network cable. So if you only have a couple of these, instead of using a PoE switch, you can use a PoE injector. And that's what I have here. This has two ports. It has LAN and PoE. So this is a network cable. It's an active network cable. Here is PoE. I'll plug into it. And now when I plug this in, it will put power on this second network cable. So I can plug this in here. I'll make sure I plug it in the PoE port, like so. And now we can set that up. And this is the EnGenious EPA5006 GAT. And this is gigabit Ethernet. So now I'm going to log into the EnGenious Cloud to Go app on my iPad. So if you don't have an account, you'll want to create one. So to add this to my network, I'll hit the plus symbol. I'll say register device. And I'll scan the QR code on the back. So it brought up the device, I'll hit register. It says name the device. So it says ECW130, and I'm going to call this basement. I'll say assign to network now. And I'm going to assign this. So I'll tap on the network, I'll hit next. It says connect your device to the internet, and I've done that. I'll hit finish setup. It says finish, and now we've added it to our network. So now I can add this second one here. I'm going to plug this in at a different location and get it set up, and then we'll configure it on the web. Okay, so I'm at my computer now. I've logged into the EnGenious Cloud, and I created a new network for this called Net2. So if we click on access point, we'll see the two access points here. I have the ECW130 basement and ECW130 main level. So let's set up an SSID for these. I'll go to the gear, I'll go to access point and SSID. Now it has a default SSID set up in EnGenious Wi-Fi. I'll click on that and I'll call this ECW135. I'll scroll down. It has radios for 2.4, 5, and 6 gigahertz. Now this does not support 6 gigahertz, but if I had a 6 gigahertz access point on this, it would set that up. I'll set my security to WPA2PSK. Now it's asking me to enter in a passcode, so I'll do that off screen. And here we have some different protocols. This is fast roaming, so I can turn that on here. We have 802.11w. This is protected managed frame. And then if we go here, we can set VLAN, we can set NAT mode, bridge mode. This is more VLAN. We have enable application analysis. Then down here under advanced settings, we can do L2 isolation. So this isolates clients so they can't see each other. We have MDNS forwarding and band steering. I'll turn band steering on. This will steer people towards the 5 gigahertz band. So I'll hit apply. So it might take a few minutes for this to propagate. Let's head over to my iPad to test it out. Okay, so I'm on my iPad. I'm in the Wi-Fi settings and I see the ECW135. I'll tap on that. I'll enter in the password. I'll join the network. So now I'll go to my web browser and I'll run a speed test. Okay, so I'm at a web browser and I have a speed test here, and this is hosted on my network on a server, and the server and the access point are both connected to the network with gigabit Ethernet. So I'll hit start. So I got 236 megabits per second download and 308 up. So I'm currently connected to the basement access point. Now I'm going to move in range of the main level access point. So I'll be doing a speed test as I'm walking. So as I moved away from the access point, you can see the speed is slower. Let me refresh this. So now I'm near the main level access point. I'll hit start. So here you can see the download is 239 megabits per second and upload is 81 megabits per second. So the main level access point is between me and the basement access point right now. So I automatically switched over to the main level access point. So that's the EnGenious ECW130 access point. So since these are cloud managed, they're very easy to set up and very easy to manage. So this makes it great for small and medium businesses, makes it great for support. This is also a great option for large houses. Now some might consider it overkill, but I think a solution like this can be great for extending the Wi-Fi at a relative's house. So if you have a relative that is not very tech savvy, you can install this at their location and then you can support this remotely. You can do it all from the app or from the web. And the nice thing is you can set multiples of these up so you can have strong Wi-Fi throughout the whole property. I've seen some networks where someone will use the Wi-Fi access point given to them by their ISP, and then they'll string on a bunch of different random brands trying to extend their Wi-Fi. And this is the much better, much cleaner option. If you have a problem, it's much easier to diagnose when you have that cloud access where you can see all the stats and such. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.